What is the Yellowjackets Pomegranate Theory? In the show Yellowjackets, multiple characters come close to death, and during these circumstances, they'll enter a dreamlike or limbo state. Some may call them hallucinations, but for this theory, I'll call it the netherworld. In the netherworld, if you consume any type of substance, whether that be food or drink, you have effectively sealed your fate and you will die. But if you resist the temptation of food, you will be given the chance to live again, which is very similar to the tale of Persephone, who I'm sure we all know was a Greek goddess and the daughter of Demeter. She was kidnapped by Hades and taken to the underworld. And while in the otherworld, you're not supposed to consume any type of food. But Persephone did end up eating 6 pomegranate seeds, effectively tying her to the afterlife forevermore. The first example I'll give is the season 1 finale with Jackie. After having her explosive fight with Shauna, she goes to sleep outside. And while out there, she has a dream that her and Shauna reconcile and she comes back into the cabin, where her teammates welcome her back with open arms, and she is given a mug of hot chocolate by Lottie. She drinks the delicious hot chocolate, and then immediately after is shown to have frozen to death in real life. In Season 2, Episode 6, Shauna has a devastating dream sequence, while she is on the brink of death during childbirth. In the netherworld, she successfully delivers her son, but he will not latch on and breastfeed, presumably because she's been starving and cannot produce any milk. But at the end of the dream sequence, Shauna's son does eventually latch in a moment that seems triumphant for her, which makes it all that more devastating when Shauna eventually comes to in the real world to find that her son has been stillborn. Because he latched in the dream, he died in real life. There is a slight contingency here in the fact that it is implied that Shauna drank the drugged tea that Natalie gave her, but because her son fed first, was therefore condemned to death. I believe that the wilderness saw that as a life for a life and spared Shauna. In Season 2, Episode 4, Lottie similarly experiences a dreamlike state, while trying to hunt or forage for food for the group, and she nearly ends up freezing to death. In the netherworld, she finds herself in a mall, and sees all of her team members happily eating at a food court. She sits down at the table and grabs a carton of Chinese food. But Lorelei, who is essentially her guardian angel, prevents her from eating the Chinese food, and so Lottie survives her brush with death. So personally, I'm really interested in seeing any future dreamlike sequences in Season 3. It's definitely a very interesting narrative device in my opinion. Also, just to be clear, it's not officially called the Pomegranate Theory, but I'm calling that just to be succinct. I also think that this theory, which is directly inspired by Persephone, would tie in nicely with the fact that the first time the group collectively agrees to cannibalize someone, aka the snacky incident, there are scenes interspliced of them, dressed up in white robes as if indulging in an ancient Greek feast. So I definitely think that there's a lot of inspiration and parallels there.